Hi guys, Chris and PJ here live in the Dream Giveaway Garage with special guest, Racer X.
Good to have you. I appreciate it. I'm super pleased to be here, standing in front of two amazing cars, I should say. Gorgeous Cadillacs, and what, we got 2 weeks?
2 weeks left to win them. We'll talk about them in a bit. Tell us what's new in the automotive. What's new in performance?
Oh, what's new in performance? Well, obviously we've got a few things. It depends on if you're a Ford guy, a Chevy guy. They've got the Mustang GTDs making the rounds. If you got an extra 300 grand laying around, you could have maybe one of those if you're on the list.
Right.
We got the new ZR1, 1,000 plus horsepower, right? 1,064.
And Mark, do I say his last name right? Royce?
Royce.
Yeah, the president of GM just took it out for a spin, 220 plus miles per hour.
Yeah, it's a beast. So I mean, a very intriguing thing to think about if you could get a hold of one, and not a cheap car, but very, very cool. And a lot of other stuff too. You know, we're trying to figure out if the RHO is going to be coming down the pipe anytime soon. I'm kind of excited about that truck. I know a lot of people are like, no Hellcat, but I like the Hurricane engine, so we'll see about that.
That's a Ram truck, so you guys.
It is a Ram, and but I mean, it looks like a TRX, and it's very capable. So I mean, that's pretty cool. And geez, other than that, I'm just trying to think of anything cool coming down the pipe. I mean,
Hemi. Tell us some Hemi news.
Hemi news. I don't know. Do we have any Hemi news? I don't know. I mean, hey, my Dodge Demon 170 is doing just fine. Got to get more data on that car. Hopefully, I may eventually do some other stuff to that car. We'll just have to wait and see how I'm feeling, but I don't know. We'll see. But unfortunately, not a whole lot of new Hemis coming down the pipe to speak of.
Right.
But which I think makes it even more appealing when you guys do giveaways that have like the Mammoth TRX
and the Hellcats out there. Speaking of which, those plum crazies, man, they're popular here. They're popular on your channel. Tell people about your channel.
So my channel is called Racer X. I have a mixture of content types. Obviously, I like to do racing. That's something I'm known for. Drag racing is sort of my thing. Not a lot of road course racing. I have done it in the past. But certainly I do a lot of news, a lot of reviews, a lot of comparisons. And so I try and diversify my content, just have a really good time with it. I am not necessarily a brand loyal enthusiast, love Mopar stuff, but I also love Corvettes. A lot of people don't know I've owned 5 Corvettes in the past. Love Camaro stuff. I had a twin turbo Mustang. So I am truly a performance enthusiast. So I love doing all things cars.
Well, speaking about performance, let's get back to the Cadillacs here.
Yeah. These things are amazing. So I am not even a luxury guy, but like this is the most expensive giveaway you guys have ever done. I have driven both of these cars, reviewed both of these cars, and they are both insane. And you would think a big SUV like that, it is one of the loudest stock vehicles. I kid you not, it is literally.
I know you're not kidding.
One of the loudest stock vehicles you will ever find. And believe it or not, that makes more power than the Blackwing does.
682?
682 versus what, 670?
668.
668, that's right. So over 1,300 horsepower. You guys are giving away just a ton of power, luxury, all in one thing. So I would love to own both of these two, but like I said, this is probably my favorite giveaway you guys have ever done.
And of this pair, the Escalade, and we haven't talked about this much, it has Super Cruise.
Really?
Yeah. And here's how you tell the difference. PJ, come on in with the camera. If your new Cadillac is outfitted with Super Cruise, like this Escalade is, look at the top of the steering wheel between about 11 and 2. And that's where Super Cruise will light up when it's activated on there.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at the CT5e Blackwing, does not have Super Cruise. It is an extra cost option. I don't know, $4,000. That one has the regular performance steering wheel on it.
I love the inside.
So
I love the Blackwing. I think it's such a nice car. And it's underrated. I really feel like it is. But if you compare this to, say, like a CTSV, which I've driven all those, for some odd reason, I guess it's just the difference in the blower. This car, even though it doesn't on paper make a lot more power, it feels way faster than a CTSV does. It's just the difference, a bigger blower, and it's just the way the power comes on.
And all that new technology that General Motors has learned since the start of the V program, 20 years of the V program, right? And it started, you know this, they started taking the Z06, LS6,
right,
maybe 03, 04, dropping it on into CTS sedans and coupes. Boom, you had 405 horsepower in a Cadillac. And then the supercharged years came.
Exactly.
Right? Those
And
great years.
That first supercharged coupe.
Oh.
I love that car.
So
Still love that car.
With that wedge look.
It just had a wedge look and just sort of angular. And you didn't see that from Cadillac a lot. I mean, you did see it a little bit, but on the bigger, longer cars. That one had a really aggressive stance. It
really did.
It looked so good. And a lot of people built those cars. And you would see Cadillacs at the racetrack and stuff. I mean, I saw those cars run 9s. And it's a lot of people had a lot of fun building those coupes, and that became kind of the preferred thing to do because it was a little shorter, a little lighter. It just put the power down a little better, and I still have a just something about those coupes. I just still really like those. I have sort of a love affair with those cars.
So for our audience, a lot of you guys remember what it was like being in a 70s Cadillac. PJ, I think his dad or granddad. Your grandfather had a Cadillac, you know, big old luxury barge.
They're like 40 feet long, right? It's
This is a whole new era in Cadillac. It's luxury, it's performance.
Yeah.
And to give you an idea of the buy-in price on this about 109. The Escalade over there about 160.
That's if you can find one, though.
If you can find
one. You literally cannot find those, because I tried to do a review on that car. The first review I've done on that car was about 2 weeks ago. 3 weeks ago.
They are tough.
They're hard to find. And then also these cars in manuals, and I still maintain that the CT5V Blackwing in a manual is the best manual on the market right now.
And there's not many manuals left on the
There's
market.
almost none.
Dark Horse you can get in a 6-speed still.
And the Dark Horse is good because it has the Tremec transmission in it, which I really like.
And you can't get a Corvette with a manual
Not anymore. It's all DCT.
It's all DCT. That means dual clutch transmission. PJ, let's give some shout outs to our fans out there watching us live today.
Yeah.
Dwayne says, I was hoping to call Dwayne T from Mississippi to win these Cadillacs. Eric says, I was born in a Cadillac. How funny is that?
There's a lot of country songs about that.
Yeah.
Jeremy says, one day, although this ends on Halloween.
Ends on Halloween.
Yeah.
So I believe we draw the winner, what, November 14th?
Correct.
That means by Christmas, somebody's going to have these
delivery
in their garage. And I don't know about you, but I just can't go out and write my caddy dealer a check for $300,000.
No, what I think
Nobody can.
What
right?
I think is cool is you guys did both of these two cars in the same giveaway. I think that's the coolest part to me, because both of these, in my opinion, probably could stand alone. Especially that one, because there's so much money, and they're so hard to find. You literally could have done that one by itself, but to throw in a V Blackwing on top of it, I don't know. Like I said, this is one of my favorite giveaways I think you guys have ever done. And like I said, I'm actually here today to kind of film a little bit for my channel as well, because with this thing ending in 2 weeks, I think everybody needs to at least put in a little bit of money. If you could get a hold of this, it's pretty cool.
And it helps charity. Since you're a special guest here today, why don't you fire one up? But you have to pick which one.
I want that one.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, because that one is, believe it or not, that is much louder than this. And like I said, when I was just reviewing, and I didn't realize that, like I said, up until just a few weeks ago, I didn't realize how rowdy this thing, because when you get inside, it's so nice. Like there's all this luxury, and you would have no idea that you're sitting in something that makes almost 700 horsepower. I literally compared it to a Durango Hellcat. And this thing is twice as loud as a Durango Hellcat. I don't know what they did. But.
So I'm going to give the lav mic to PJ so that he can get back there near the exhaust.
Okay.
Go.
All right. Let's see. Is the key in there?
It should be in there.
All right. Let's see. Oh. All right.
And you're a pretty big guy, so this is quite comfortable.
Oh, this thing is huge. And believe it or not, when you drive this, it feels fast. You wouldn't think a car this big would feel fast. These cars are not slow. One of the coolest things about this, I'll go ahead and fire it up.
Let me get in the back here.
Yeah.